Hey church, just want to let you know something about the stewardship campaign. Stewardship has traditionally been a financial campaign to raise funds for a church. Wesley Chapel's been using the Pony Express for our stewardship campaign for years. This year we're doing things a little bit differently. We're asking people to think about stewardship in a little bigger way than what we have in the past. Stewardship, as you know, is simply a matter of living out our faith. It's a matter of caring for all the things that God has blessed us with, our families, our work, our homes, our environment. That's why stewardship touches on every facet of life. It's actually a matter of discipleship. It's an act of worship. It's being a disciple of Jesus, is living out in care of the things that he's given us. This year, we're looking at all the things that he's given us. For sure, the financial blessings, but also much more than that. I'll explain here in just a moment. So the way the campaign works is, if you're participating in it, if you're a regular member, or attender here at Wesley Chapel, then you'll probably be invited to be a part of it. But it's pretty simple the way it works. You can opt out of it if you don't want to participate. That's fine. But I really hope that everyone will take the opportunity to be a part of what God is doing here. So you'll get the bag. You'll get a call from your neighbor that says, "Hey, I left the Pony Express bag on your front porch or on your back porch, or under the chair, under the mat, or wherever they leave it, or they give it to you personally." And then you take it, and you'll open it, just like one of the bags, and you'll find inside of it is an envelope with your name on it. An envelope just like this. And inside of that envelope are two cards that we're going to use for this campaign. So one of them is simply that, a financial estimate of giving. It's what you expect to give over the coming year. Simply as that. It's not a commitment. It's not a promise. It's not anything other than that. It's an estimate, an anticipated giving. Whether you give every week or every month or once a year, however it works out. We just ask to help us plan that, or to help your leaders plan that. You just let us know what you expect to give in the coming 12 months. Take that and you put it back in the envelope. Then you take out the second card that's in there, and this card is more about a lifetime discipleship. It asks you because stewardship is about living out our faith. This card asks you, what are your current marks of discipleship? What things are you doing now to grow your faith? It asks, are you praying regularly? Are you reading the Bible regularly? Do you give sacrificially? Are you part of a small group? Do you serve? Where do you serve? Those kinds of things. 6 little questions on here for you to check off, the ones that apply to you. Some of you may check them all, and that's fantastic. Some of you may not check any, and that's all right too. We want to know where you are right now. And then the second question is, this is what I plan to do in the next year. And different, similar kind of things. I need help growing to develop a consistent prayer life. Learning to study the Bible on my own, connecting in a small group, discovering my gifts for ministry, getting a handle on my finances, sharing my faith, leading others to grow spiritually. Those are the things that maybe you want to do, so you check those off. So what this is going to do, whether it's the financial giving or the discipleship practices, this is going to help your church plan for the ministries that we need to put in place or strengthen, and for how we're going to do that. So you take both of those cards after you filled them out, and you put them back in that yellow envelope. Simple as that. You seal it up, put it back in the bag, and you call the next person on the list. On the back of the list, there's a list of names that are all in your neighbors. You just give them a call and say, "Hey, I have the Pony Express bag. I'm going to drop it off tomorrow afternoon, or I'm going to bring it by tonight, or I'm going to I haven't been able to catch up with you, so I'm just going to leave it on your front door, inside your screen door." You just touch base with your neighbor so they know to expect it, and then you take it over. That's it. That's all it is to it. If you don't want to participate, we ask that when you, either when your neighbor calls you, do you tell them then that I'm going to opt out, or you receive the bag from your neighbor and then you just pass it on to the next one. That's fine. We understand that everybody won't participate, and that we want to meet with you where you're at, but we don't want to leave anybody out. We want to meet you right where you're at, but we don't want to leave anyone out. We want to give everybody the opportunity to be a part of what God is doing here in our church, here in our community. So really hope you'll take part, because it's God will bless you in this. I can promise you that. He does every year in and year out. He never ceases to amaze me what he does in the life of faithful disciples. So God bless you. Remember, everywhere you go, that Christ is alive in you, and he wants to do something through you no matter where you are. Go in his grace and his peace and his love and his power. Amen? God bless you. We love you. Bye-bye.